Hello, let's do connections for Saturday, August 9th. All right, let me in. Is this the meme? You know, the guy standing next to the fence saying, let me in. Would they do memes? Maybe. We have knock knock, which is a type of joke, obviously. Practical joke, inside joke, dad joke. These are types of jokes. All right, kinds of jokes. There you go. Pretty easy, that one. We have Casper and Ghost in here, which is suspicious. You have a yield, a product, a fruit, like the fruit of your labors. This is the output of something. A return. Sure, let's go with that. Results, there you go. All right, so what are blue and purple doing? Let me in is such a weird one. Let me in. I mean, Twilight's a movie, Casper's a movie. I don't remember a movie just called Ghosts. Oh, no, there was a movie called Ghosts. That's the one with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, right? I should have known that. I just saw that recently within the last few months. It's a terrible movie. So these are movies, maybe? Well, no, Twilight I don't think has ghosts in it. It's vampires, right? And werewolves? But these three are movies, but I don't know if any of these other ones are. Maze? There's Maze Runner, I remember. I never saw it, but I remember the movie title. I remember the previews. Maze. Muffin top? And then syrup. What's syrup doing in here? Maple syrup. Pancake syrup. Muffin. I don't know. Silk road. Silk pajamas. I don't know. Silk what? Little Miss Muffin? I mean, other than the potential movie category, I'm not seeing anything. And I'm not even sure about that, really. I mean, what would they have to do with each other other than being movies with like some sort of supernatural element to them? I could see Let Me In being some sort of like horror or supernatural movie, but that would just be a guess. What's Maze doing in here? A hedge maze. I don't know. What other types of mazes are there? I mean, it could be the homophone for maize, M-A-I-Z-E, I think it is, you know, corn. But I don't see other homophones really for food. I really don't know what to do with this one. Other than just guess the movie one, if that's it. Like, what is syrup going with? Are we changing letters? I don't know what you would change in syrup to get anything else. As smooth as silk. I'm lost. Casper, Twilight, Ghost. I guess I'm gonna go with the movie thing and just try and guess at something, because I really don't know what else to do. Which one of these would be a movie? I guess Let Me In, maybe? I'm gonna try it. Movies featuring supernatural romance. Okay, what is Let Me In? Let Me In movie. From 2010, a horror movie. Okay, I don't watch horror movies, so it's just not in my wheelhouse, I guess. The plot follows a bullied 12-year-old boy who befriends and develops a romantic relationship with a vampire girl in Los Alamos, New Mexico. Oh, okay. Never would have got that. Just a guess on my part. And then muffin, maze, syrup, and silk. Muffin. I have no clue. Let's find out. Corny things. What? I don't get that. Corny things? Corn syrup, okay. What does corn have to do with silk? You can have. Are most muffins made with corn? I know you can have corn muffins, but are most muffins made with corn? I have no idea. I guess if it's flour. No, that's wheat. I don't know. And then you can have a corn maze, but I was thinking like a hedge maze. Or, I mean, it could be like I was saying maze, M-A-I-Z-E, but that's a homophone. That doesn't really quite fit. Unless I'm missing something here, I don't get that purple, really. Especially the silk one. I have no idea what that is. Corny things. Okay, that might be one of the most confusing purples I've seen. Corn silk. What is corn silk? If that's what they're referring to. Okay, whatever. That one was rough. Let's see what they give it. 2.8. Isn't that what they gave yesterday's puzzle? Or was it? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I guess if you know your horror movies, it wouldn't be too bad. I don't know. I'd really love to see who gets purple first out of that one. Okay, let's check the bots. 61%, that's not that great. 39%, the biggest category is losing, yeah. I mean, 3 out of 5 is pretty close to 2.8, but this feels a lot tougher than yesterday. Well, no, not yesterday. Well, it feels tougher to me than yesterday, but not for most people. Yesterday's was a 5 out of 5 from what I remember. So this one wasn't really my thing. It was... Other people weren't having as much trouble as I was. 1 in 16, yeah, not very unique. The joke one sticks out. I mean, you have Knock Knock in there. What else are you going to think of? That's going to stick out right away. And then Practical Dad. And then once you have those ones, I mean, inside can mean so many different things. So once you already have these ones, inside joke it just clicks, right? And then 36% yellow was fairly obvious too. And then if you know your horror movies, I guess this one isn't too bad. I mean, not all of these are horror movies. In fact, most of them are not. But this last one being a horror movie, I guess if you know your supernatural movies, this one's not going to be too bad. I want to know if the 4% who got this, did you just figure out all the other categories and just submit purple? Did he actually know what they were talking about? Just check over. We don't really have a dominant one here. I mean, kind of the mid-70s for these two. And it's not even that big of a drop down on these ones. I mean, 12% between the highest and the lowest here. So yeah, that makes sense that 14% weren't getting nothing since these are all so close. That means the people who lost really lost. I'm really surprised that people wouldn't get the joke one. Like, I figured green would be like 90%. That one just seems so obvious. So I'm a little surprised by that. Result, fruit being a result. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but I can see people not thinking of it in that way. But still, it's like the fruit of your labor. I don't know. I figured those two would be higher. Let's check the mistakes. People just guessing at Maze, unless Maze is a supernatural film. But if you don't know, what was the one in Let Me In? You just wanted to pick one. I could see Maze being a horror movie. Like somebody gets stuck in a maze and is getting like chased by zombies or something. Or, you know, some other just crazed maniac. I could see it. Maze, syrup, fruit, muffin. Maybe just putting food things in there. Although that's not the right maze. But I can see putting, you know, foodstuffs together. If you're not sure how maze is spelt when it refers to corn. Is Knock Knock a movie? Why else would people put that with these three? Is there a Knock Knock movie that I'm not aware of? Knock Knock movie. Huh, there is. With Keanu Reeves. Okay. Didn't know that. So you have a bit of a red herring there that I wasn't aware of. Oops. Well, it's not a red herring because there was a movie category. So it's just an extra option. But there was a built-in extra option that I wasn't aware of. I don't get this one. Product, syrup, fruit, muffin. Crop outputs. Maybe if you're, again, thinking of corn and the other spelling and just didn't realize it wasn't spelled that way. But, I mean, considering they put that in the corny category, I mean, I don't know. That purple still kind of bugs me because I don't know what they're talking about with, what was the one? Silk. I have no idea. All right, I'm going to do some corn silk. Corn silk refers to the long thread-like strands found at the top of corn. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I didn't know that was called corn silk. All right. Well, you know, like I said, I just didn't get that one. I do now. I thought they were referring to like silk and that there was some other way corn was related to that, which didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I mean, there's another one I felt was pretty tricky, even though I didn't make any mistakes. I feel like I haven't made a mistake in a while, even though it feels like I should, because there's been some pretty tricky puzzles lately. I feel like I've been kind of getting pretty lucky, honestly. Feels like I'm due for some mistakes. If you're enjoying the videos, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, or follow, and let me know how you did today.